Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about how to call a REST API using a simple Java application. We are not going to write any Spring Boot application. For example, I have a REST API, but I want to call from my normal Java. Okay, and we are going to call the REST API post method request. So let me give you the URL which we are going to try. So this is a URL which we are going to try. So basically it will take name job as the input, and when I trigger the request, we'll got the response back as a name job and some random ID, some uncreated date. Okay, so we need to note few things here. So we need to send the request, and we need to have the URL, and we need to have the headers in place. I mean, what is the request type you're going to pass, whether a JSON type or it's a XML type. So we're going to use the JSON type. Okay, so let's go back to a REST class here. Okay, first thing first. So what do we need? So first we need to open a connection, right? So let's do that. So before that, let me create a main method, and it's gonna it will give some URL exception because we are trying to make a HTTP call, right? So let's try write the code inside the try and a cache block. Okay, so we got the basic stuff ready. The first thing which we need to do, as I mentioned, open the connection, but first we need a URL, right? So the URL which we already copied is this is the URL which we already copied, right? So what we need to do, we need to create a URL first using URL class. So URL and URL is equal, and you have to provide a new URL. Okay, it's new URL, and here you need to provide the same path which we copied already. Okay, so what is it here? So we need to import the class first. Import the class. It's java.net. Okay, so the first step is done. The next thing, so I have to initiate a connection to make the call to this particular URL, right? So we are gonna use the traditional HTTP URL connection. So HTTP URL connection, and I'm going to make it as a connection is equal, and we are going to make the connection as URL dot open connection, right? Because I have the URL already, all I need to do is make a connection, but it will throw an exception because we need to typecast it to HTTP connection URL. So let's do that. Cast it to HTTP connection. So now we have the URL and we made the connection, but when we are making the connection, you need to provide some details, right? What is the request method and what is the property, which means what is the content type, right? So let's do that. So we all gonna set some properties in the connection. First thing, I need to make sure the output is enabled. So I'm gonna set do output is going to be true here. So then for next thing, what else we need to try? We need to set what kind of method we're gonna call, whether it's a get method or post method. So that's the next important thing. So set request method. So it is going to be a post method. Okay, so what else is missing here? The next thing, so what are the content type I'm gonna pass? So that is the most important thing. So connection dot set request property. So the key is a content type, and value is going to be what is the value, I mean what is the content. So content hyphen type. So, and what is the value for it? What kind of a type I'm gonna pass? I'm gonna pass application / JSON. This is pretty much same what we try in the Postman. And the next thing, we need to have the input in, right? Because we know, so this is the this is the inputs, right? So we have to create the same input as a string, and then we'll pass to the API. Okay, let's move on to the ID here. Okay, so for now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a string, and I'm gonna call this as an input. So I'm trying to create the same input which I tried in the XML, in the Postman. Or else what you can do is you can save the JSON file as a .json file, and you can read the file and then you can pass it as well. But for now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna simply write down the way how we can do that. So first thing, the name. So name is the first one, second is the value. So name and a value, job and a value. Okay, so let's go back to the IDE and we'll try that. So let's open the curly braces because JSON is between the curly braces, right? So let's write, and here I have to provide the name and slash, and after that we have to provide the colon, so which we need to provide the value as well there. So let's copy this. We're gonna follow pretty much the same thing, right? So name is gonna be, I'm gonna call Nancy. Okay, so the next thing, one attribute is done, name. So the second thing is we need to provide the same thing for job as well, right? So we have to provide a comma separator here. So let's copy the same thing here and paste, and this is going to be a job, and I'm going to provide my profession as a software engineer. Okay, got it. So now we got a request in place. The next thing which we need to do is open the stream. So what we can do, open the stream, and then we can pass the input to it. So the next thing, I'm gonna use the output string. Output stream OS is equal to connection dot, all we need to do, just call the get output stream method. So once you got the stream, the next thing which we need to do, write the data, which means you can need to pass the input and get the data and write into a output stream. So OS dot, and I'm gonna use the write method here. Basically I'm providing the input here, so which means input, it will not take as a string, you need to send as a bytes information. So I'm gonna take the bytes from the string variable, right? And then because we have done some IO process, right? So we have to flush it. So OS dot flush. Okay, so now pretty much the basic things is done. So the next, what we need to do, we need to check whether the response is coming properly, and if something is wrong, what we need to do. So we have to try that. So what I'm gonna do, let's write a logic to handle some error scenario, right? So if I'm gonna check connection dot response code, connection dot get response code. Okay, why did I provide down here? It's supposed to be here. So connection dot response code not equal to, and some URL connection error. So HTTP URL connection dot HTTP created. Okay, 201 successful. If it is not equal to successful, then what I need to do, I have to send a, because I'm trying to insert, right? So if you're trying to insert, it will give you 201. So HTTP created belongs to 201 status code. So what I need to do, I'm gonna throw a new exception. So throw new, I think it's a runtime exception anyway. So runtime exception, and you have to provide some proper value. So failed, and give some proper value, HTTP error code. HTTP error code. And if you want to clear information, you can provide what is the error code as well. So connection dot get response code. So now if it is not success, it will throw an exception with a proper response code to the user. Okay, so the next thing, we got the output, right? So we need to write it so we can print and see what is the data which we received from the API. So I'm gonna use the buffer reader here. So buffer reader, and I'm gonna use a BR, and this is pretty much a normal IO stuff. So new buffer reader, and I'm gonna use new input streamer. So for input stream, I'm gonna use the stream which we received from the connection dot get stream. So connection dot get stream, get input stream. Okay, so the next thing what we need to do, just create a loop and print the data. So I'm gonna use a variable to store the data, so string, and I'm gonna provide output. So next I'm gonna provide some syswo here. So okay, it's going to be as out here. So response from API, response from API is below. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna simply create a while loop just to open the output. So we have the output here, right? So what I'm gonna do is output is equal to, I'm gonna use the our buffer reader. So br dot or read line, and I'm gonna check whether it's not equal to null, whether I'm checking the data is not equal to null, then print the data. So I'm gonna use the sys out here. So what is the output? This is a variable for my output. So now everything will place and we open the connection, but once you open the connection, make sure you close the connection properly. Connection dot disconnect. Okay, so now we open the connection and we set some parameters and we pass the input, and then what we need to do, we have to run the code and see whether we got the proper response as well. So let's run it. Run call services. See, we got the proper response. Name is equal to Nancy and job is software engineer, and I got some proper ID and some credit date. So let's try the same in the SOAP UI to see whether we got the proper response. So my job is software engineer and my name is Nancy here. If I execute it, see, we got the pretty much same response. But there are scenarios you might end up with some issue. Okay, so in those kind of scenarios, the most probably the issue is with the agents. Okay, so I think it's 403 error exception. I'm not exactly remember the number. So if you're end up with some 403 exception, 403, yeah, exactly, it's a 403. If you're getting that exception, what do you need to do? You have to set the agent. So how we can do that? So you already set the property, right? So you have to add one more property here, and which is nothing but what kind of agent you are using, which means the interface, something like that. So it also accepts the user, the key and a value pairs, user hyphen agent, and the value is going to be, maybe I'm using Mozilla browser, so I'm going to use Mozilla and save it. So just use this only when you're getting some exception with the 403 exception, 403 error. Okay, save it. Let's just run it one more time, just for a namesake. See, we got the response again. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just comment it below so I can help you on that. Thank you so much.